All right, what's going on, guys? I just got back in from seeing Creed 2. I'm a little late, but I don't like seeing movies when everybody's going to see it. There's nobody in the theater, and I got to really enjoy the movie without any noise. Okay. Very big anticipated fight for me personally because the Rocky franchise is probably my number one favorite franchise out of between that and maybe Fast and Furious and Terminator. I would say Rocky is definitely in the top three. Okay, and Rocky 4 is actually my favorite movie out of the series. So this movie meant a lot to me because that's one of my favorite food movies of all time, Rocky 4. Uh, I want to say that I like this movie better than the first Creed. All right. Everyone that I've spoke to said they like Creed 1 a little better, but they said that this was good. I actually like this movie a little bit better. Okay. I thought Creed 1, as far as developing the story and, basically pointing out how did they get to this point. Because I watched Creed 1 the night before. Just no, 2 nights ago I watched Creed 1 just to watch it again. I haven't seen it in a while. Very, very good film. But Creed 2, it just goes to show, I like how it really shows, like it's really a deep movie. It really shows how damaged all of these people really are because of what has happened in the previous movies. You got Sylvester Stallone that doesn't have his wife anymore. He doesn't have a relationship with his son and his grandson. Okay, he's just kind of alone in Philly. He beat cancer in the first Creed movie because of Adonis, but he's kind of alone. And then he has the guilt of letting Apollo die, which returns in this film, you know, and he doesn't want the fight. Obviously, he doesn't want Adonis Creed to fight Drago's son, right? So you have all of that. And then you have Adonis who went from group home to group home, okay, living in the shadow of his father, has a built-in hatred for his father. All of these guys have some kind of built-in trauma. It's like that's what made this movie so deep to me. Like it just went from bad scene to bad scene. Like there's always something going on. Adonis has always got a hot head. I mean, Michael B. Jordan overall, and I like his movies, but he plays the same role. Like he's always angry in every movie that he's in. You know, I like him, but I think he's a little overrated as an actor because I've seen him play the same role over and over again. But he's just a hothead kid, and he's spoiled, and it's like whenever you're not with him, he totally thinks that you're against him. He turns on his wife, he turns on Rocky, he turns on his mom. That's just him. He walks out on everybody. But that's how people are because of the way that their upbringing. When you're bouncing around in group homes and you're fighting, that it kind of makes you that way. I wish there was a little bit more character development with Drago's son. Okay, Victor, I believe his name was Victor. Uh, there really wasn't much dialogue with him at all. He was just a really big, strong guy. So if I was disappointed at anything, it was really just that. Uh, I just wish there was more developed, like more of a story of what happened between him and Drago. What happened between the wife and everything. I know she left them. I know everybody in Russia turned their back on them. But what exactly happened and what was, I just thought bringing in the mom back into the picture was kind of forced, you know? I thought that was kind of forced just to add some more drama to it. I just wish that is probably the only thing I complain about is that side of the story. They could have done a little bit better with the amount of time that they had. There were certain scenes in the movie that I didn't feel that really needed to be there, but overall, I enjoyed the movie better only because of the connection with Rocky 4, which was my favorite film. The other reason why I think this was better than the first Creed is because the fights. Creed 1 was good. I really enjoyed the first fight with Gabe Rosado. And I liked that fight because it looked like they did it all in one take. Like that first fight, it was short, but they did it all on one take. Like I thought that was excellent. It seemed very, very real. The Tony Bellew fight, I didn't really care for that much. It didn't really do anything for me. You know, Tony Bellew himself, like for him to be the champion pound for pound guy, it was just nothing really there. And I know the movie wasn't about him, but he didn't really, there was really nothing there for me. And the fight really didn't, it wasn't a great fight. Like I thought it was okay. I don't think any of these fights are going to ever live up to the original fights from the original movies. They're not going to live up to those. But I thought in this film, I thought the last fight with Drago was the best fight that I've seen since Rocky 4. Out of all of the Rocky movies, from 5 to Balboa, all of these films that came out after, I thought that was the best fight by far. You know, I would have liked to see a little bit more in that fight with Andre Ward, since I'm a big fan of Ward. I wish that fight was a little longer, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I know it's a 2-hour film. You don't have time to make these long fights. There were 3 fights in this film, and I thought the movie was kind of predictable. You know he was gonna lose the first fight, and you knew he was gonna win and come back, and you know they would go about in the desert and whatever. If you've seen the trailer, you kind of picked up on what's gonna happen. You know, so. But I thought this film, I want to say that I enjoyed this one a little bit better than Creed. And I think as far as like ranking of the movies, I don't know. I have to revisit that. I'll have to revisit that because I felt like every Rocky movie got better, in my opinion, out of the first 4. I thought Rocky 1 was just really, really old. Like really old, and I think 2 got better. And 2 was better than 1, and then 3 was better than 2. All the drama in that, Mickey's death and everything, him losing. Then 4 with Apollo dying, that was like the ultimate drama. But I think that these movies will do well, and I'm curious to know what are they gonna do with the third film now. You know, what's going to happen now, because he beat Drago, a guy that was like an unrealistic match. Like, first of all, they're not heavyweights. You know, just like the old ones, they're totally unrealistic. But I wonder what they're going to do now with the third story. I feel like in the third film, they need to create some kind of extreme drama. And that's probably with Rocky passing away. I'm just curious to know who is going to be the next top fighter that Rocky needs to be. So anyway, just wanted to do a quick review on the movie. I thought it was great. I don't know where I rank it all time of Rocky films, but it's definitely one of the best films, maybe top 3 films out of all of the films in Rocky franchise, in my opinion. I think it was that good. And I think Creed 1 was very good as well, right? So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully, I meant to give a spoiler warning before I started doing it. I don't do many film reviews, but I thought it was a great film. So hopefully I didn't ruin it for anyone. But I got some videos, some boxing videos coming up. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.